Right, welcome to this Lab 2 on Tableau. So today we're going to talk about visualizing time series data. So in Lab 2, we will continue with the Excel that we need to open up, and the Excel spreadsheet that we're going to use is sample superstore subset. So first go to Excel. After you open up, look for the sample superstore subset. Once open, you can do the dragging, right? So it shows the superstore has got table order return user. So shift the order to the canvas over here, right? After that, change the, rename this sheet number to task 1. Right? Then click on the order here and do a duplicate. Right click and duplicate. So you get another duplicate. Right? Rename this duplicate to data source to total. So we just put total. Okay. So there you can see there's an order table database and another table called, I just rename it as total. So there's a duplicate. Right. So in next we do the select order. Where's the select order? Okay, select order. This data source and drag the order date. Is it order date to column? Order date. Okay, order date to columns. Right? It's the order date and drag the sales to the row. Okay, and drag the customer segment drag to the color. You want to make some color, right? So you have got some color to the customer segment, and you can see the various customer segment over here, and you got the year, which is the column. This is the year, and the sum of the sales on this y-axis. Right? After that, you try to fit the view. Okay, you can click on this to fit the entire view. Okay, so it looks nicer. And in the data windows, select total. So now we're going to have select another data source, total over here, and drag the sales field to the row shelf. Sales, right, to the row. So we are dragging from another data source and put it into here. And you notice there is two sales. Okay, one is from the data source from orders, and the other one is the data source from total. So they are actually the same data set, okay, with the same numbers, but it's a duplicate. Okay, so you see two identical graph, one on top and one below. So now we go to the marks table, marks, okay, marks, and click on the sum of the, click on the second sum field. Is it? Oh, see, there's a second, because there's two sum that we drag. So we're going to click on the second sum, right? And what do we do? In the details, right, we click customer segment, okay, click on the segment, then we click on the customer segment and remove it, right? So we're going to remove. See what happened. So you notice you have just removed, okay, the different customer segment, which is the consumer, corporate, okay, and they give you the sum. Okay, so this is actually the sum of these four different customer segment. Right, sales come together. They are sales from the consumer, sales from a corporate, home, and small business. Okay, so in the second, you basically have removed this small little component, the different component that make up this sum. So you got the total sum, right? So it's kind of a summary lines, right? So basically that has displayed the summary lines. Now you want to combine this line graph, right? This line graph together, right? And they got the two axes, right? So you might want to combine them. So how do we do it? So right click on the y-axis of the total chart. Okay, so right click and you got this dual axis. So you click on this dual axis, you notice that the axis has gone to the other side. So there's two different axes here, right, on sales. Okay, one is the total, one is the from two, because you're using two data set. So now you have two axes, right? So you might want to combine or sync. So now these two axes, you notice they are of two different scale, right? They are about kind of like a bit different, the scales. So you want to click on the right side, right? And now you can try to sync it. So once you sync it, you can see both are of equal divisions, okay? Because just now they were following different axes, right? This is actually the sync, this axis. So now you got the total. This all total will add up to this. This is a summary combined sales of all these components, and then now you have the same sync. So they are now synchronized. Very nice synchronized. The next thing that we want to do is to drag the customer segment. Right? So let's see. But before we drag, we have to basically choose the orders. Okay, and drag the customer segment here to the filter, filter field here, panel. Customer segment drop inside. Okay, then you got the pop-up. So you're supposed to select all and click. Right, so select all and click OK. Right, so then you can also right click on the filter. Is it here? No. Okay, right click on here to show the filter. There you have got the filter coming out, and then you can switch off, switch on, right? So you can see that these are the different filtering. So the filter come out. Next, we're going to create a view that uses dates on multiple shelves. How are we going to do that? Right, so let's check it out. Show years of orders. Okay, so let's check. Okay, now we are supposed to use another workbook. Right, so we're just going to create another worksheet. Rename this as task 3. Okay, task 3. And then now we need to select the data source. Order again, just make sure we select the right data source and drag the customer segment to the column cell, right? Drag the customer segment to the order cell and drag the order date also to the columns and the sales, okay? The sales, where are the sales? Sales, drag to the row as well. Right click on the years on the axis. Okay, so these are the years on the x-axis. right? Right click and choose format. So the format things will pop up on the header tab. Okay, under default, in the font drop down in the font, you can choose to bold it, right? So I can choose bold. So you notice they are all bold, or you can choose to underline, also can, or italic. I leave it up to you, right? That's the format. Then move on to the header. So once you're happy with the design, you can move to the header tab and click on, okay. You can even rotate the panel, right? Here, you can even rotate the panel to be like this, okay? So you can see orientation, rotate the label. The view, we might look something like this, okay? Or you can just simply rotate it back also can. So you just rotate it back, so you rotate back. Now we want to, on the column, click. So on the column here, you notice that the year can actually be collapsed and expand. So there's an add plus here, right? So we're going to, from the column child, drag the orders to the, okay, so let me see what's supposed to do. Okay, so from here, we can actually choose, I think we can choose the quarter, right? So year quarter. So now we try to choose the quarter. So you notice there's a quarter year, right? It changed, the year has changed to quarter. And how do we duplicate? We can duplicate. Let me just check. Do we need to duplicate? Okay, let's just try. So we change this quarter and we can move this thing down and see how it looks. Right? It might look something like this. You might want to drag another just to be in sync. Let me see. Oh, right, we can drag another year over year. Order date, is it? Put it here. There you have. So just to be the same as the your workshop. So use color to distinct the different days, right? Drag the order date, okay, to the filter, right? So now we put the filter and select the weekdays. Okay, so we're going to choose weekdays. Right, and is it weekdays? Okay, next, then we choose Sunday, Friday, and Saturday, basically the weekend, and click OK. So we just only select, okay, only the weekend sales. Right? So later on, we drag the order dates to the color. So we want the color. So you can see there's some differentiation in the color. And now we're going to right click on the year. Okay, right click on this year. And we choose more, right? More, sorry, we can choose more. And we're going to choose weekdays, right? Now you see, you break it down. The years has been selected to have more weekdays. So this will be your final view for the for all consumers, okay, for the 4-year period, okay, 4-year period and the different quarters. Right, so you are seen with different dates. So now we can see data for a specific date, right? If you want to click on any any place you can see the details coming out, right? Like maybe the third quarter, okay, of 2012, right? You can see the consumer quarter is about 9,570, right? So you just mouse over any point and you can see the details of the data. Now we're going to do another task is actually to create a view of the month abbreviation. So we're going to create another worksheet. Okay, click on the worksheet, rename this to task number 4. Okay, so once we choose the task number 4, again choose the order and drag this is a new spreadsheet, and we're going to drag the order date to the columns and right click on the years. Okay, right click on the years and select only the months that we were looking for. So we're looking for months. Okay, so you got the months. Okay, select the sales. Okay, so we're going to look for the sales. The sales. Okay, sales, and drag it to the row. So once you got that, you got the nice little graph over there, and right click on the month order and click format. Okay, months and click format. What happened? Nothing. Oh, over here, then you can see over here the format. There's a abbreviation. You can select the abbreviations over here. Okay, you notice that all this has been changed to the 3-letter abbreviation of the month. So that's how you change to the abbreviations. Easy, piece of cake. Now we're going to create a view with the 5 most recent date data, right? So this is just to set the abbreviation. Now we move on to another one, right? Rename task 5, and again choose the order sample, drag the order ID to the rows, order dates to the rows, noting at the column, customer name to the rows, right? In the row itself, click the down button of the year order, right? And select more. Let's say select more. And now more here, right? Oops, sorry. Let's try again. Select more. Look for custom detail. And we want to select the month, day, year. Right? So you can see that this is now year and want to change to month, day, year details, right? And click OK. And you notice this has changed, right, to month, day, year. Now drag the sales tax. Where's my sales tax? Okay, sales to the tax. Okay, to here. Sales, drag to tax. And click on to the order dates. Okay, let me see. Click on the order dates and create parameters. Okay, so let's try. Now the next step is to choose on the order dates. Is it? Yeah. Click on the order date. Right click on the order date and create parameters. Let me check. Where is that? Okay, create parameters, right? Order dates, create parameters. Sorry, couldn't find. Then we move on to the name text view, and we change this to the latest order, right? And select the range of allowable. Select the range. So this is the allowable. We select the range. So we have a range, and we can specify and click on the maximum. Check on the maximum only. So we off the minimum. Check on the maximum. And copy the maximum value, which is this, and paste it to the current so that we bring whatever value to the current. Okay, and what else? And just make sure you click add on to the view to this order, right? The order select dates is from here, order dates. Okay, we want the order dates. So off this thing again. And I suppose that's it. Right, so we got that somewhat. Calculate the differences. Right, so now we're going to choose analysis. From this analysis, create a calculated view. So there's a calculated view over here. Now you create a calculate view, and now we're going to embed a small little differences, and we can add in the, we can name this as a days from from most recent, right? And we tap so that it comes here, and we can try to enter the date if, look for the date difference. So we choose the date difference, double click, it comes up here, and we're going to type in the day, comma, and drag the order dates. We're supposed to drag the order dates inside here, I think. Let's just move this aside and choose the order dates, right? The different date of the difference, and try to put it in here, right? Difference, and put a comma. And then we just want to put the start date and the end date. The end date will be the latest order. And where's the latest order? This one just now we count, right? The latest order that we have, and we just put it in. We specify the last date, right? Differences. So once you got that, okay, you can actually click OK to finish, apply. Then you have the days of the most recent. Okay, drag the data to the filter. So we drag into here. Then you should have this come out. Create the difference. All right, and select the minimum. So we select the minimum and next. And put a 5 here, I think. So we just specify a 5. And okay. So that should have a minimum 5. Go here, right click and show filter. So that it will come out here. So you can see there's a filter that's found. So there's a minimum of 5 days from last date. Okay, so you can drag. So if let's say I drag to 1, see 0 means only 31st is the last date, right? So if I drag more, you get more days, right? The difference of the days. Cool. That's how you drag the differences, the minimum number of days. So this will give you more different days, more rows, right? So if you draw to 0, then you got only these 2. This is only 1 day difference, right? So with that, thank you very much for Lab 1 lesson.